Alright, so the next video is by Mori and it is titled The Next Pandemic Hantavirus. Bro, off rip, I'm running up a crazy bike, bro.
All right, so
That's all I gotta
this
say.
furry little fella that we see on our screens right now just killed 3 people. I know that sounds shocking,
Shit.
but it's true actually. Well, not specifically this rodent. I just wanted to show you this pygmy rice rat has been suspected and linked to something what we now know is called the hantavirus, which has killed 3 people and have gotten 5 to 6 more people on a particular ship sick. You know,
bro, I hope they kept them niggas on the ship. Like, when I first heard that this shit fucking like happened, I was like, bro, keep them niggas on the ship, bro. Yeah, they might die, but it's like there's like a few hundred people on that ship. Would you really want a whole like city of people dying? Or would you really want the whole world to suffer because you couldn't keep still, nigga? Do you really want that? You know what I mean, man? That's always my question. It's like, think about the children. What if innocent children die? You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? Like, what if innocent children die? You know what? Fuck it. Let them die. The niggas in the ship, that is. Let the niggas in the ship, like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. Nigga like me, if I had the virus, nigga, I'm ending my shit right there and then, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm quarantining myself and I'm blowing my shit off. Smooth off, bro. You know what I mean? I'm a go like a hero, bro.
During the multiple reports, they say passengers on board the cruise ship that has a suspected hantavirus outbreak where 3 people have died and 5 to 6 people are sick cries out as the ship remains near Cape Verde. Hantavirus is a rare but serious illness usually spread through contact with rodents or their waste.
Bro, how the fuck did they even catch that? I think I saw somewhere like the persons who like first had it or they first like brought it on the ship were like bird watchers or something, and like where they were bird watching, there was a bunch of fucking rats and garbage. I'm like, bro, that's such a stupid fucking thing to do. You can watch from a distance, bitch. But it's hard to get up close and personal. Where all the fucking rats and trash is. Like, oh my god, like Jesus Christ, these people have like no type of like agency or like self-preservation, bro. It's crazy.
Additionally, what I've been able to learn, this virus is basically spread, I think, airborne via rat urine, feces, or their saliva. Typically, if in closed environments and rats, they can crawl in tiny spaces.
Wait, so where the fuck were these people then? Because if they caught the fucking thing, right, they brought on the ship, they had to be in a very enclosed space. Like, how you bird watching in the fucking sewer, bitch? You trying to be Splinter, motherfucker? Like, goddamn. The fuck?
And or ventilation systems where they, they poo, they pee, they eat. The dry particulates of their byproduct, their waste, can then be mixed in with dust, then spray that out for ventilation, and humans can breathe that in. Unfortunately, it is a very deadly virus. You have like a 50% chance of living or dying. I would not want to catch it, which is why they were holding off on even allowing these people to board or dock anywhere. But I believe, last I heard, they're slowly letting these people off onto land now.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Bro. Why? Why? Why the fuck are you letting these niggas mix in with us? Like, why is you letting, why are you letting these sick, infected fucking people infect healthy people? Do they not understand that you can be, asymptomatic? You can have the virus, but you cannot show signs? Like, bro, what the fuck? Are people not thinking about that? Like, what? The fuck?
And trying to take very serious precautions as to how to handle this. And of course, someone said, sink the ship immediately.
Yeah, please.
I think that's a bit too serious, but you never know. And the kind of scary thing about this is a passenger on the MV Honidus, I believe it's called, which is it's basically a polar Antarctic expedition ship where, rich people, not too rich, but to $15,000 per ticket. I
10
think
to
they loop around
$15,000.
South America
Yeah, stay
to
right
head
there,
on
bro.
over to Antarctica on
Stay
these
right
polar
there.
expeditions. Well,
Stay
a
right on
passenger
that ship.
from the cruise ship, kind
You'll
of
be
a
aight.
small cruise ship, about I think 75 passengers or so. He came out speaking about his experience, and so far, by the way, 3 people have died. The first person to die was a 70-year-old. He caught the virus. Long,
Understandable.
excruciating, I think painful, slow death. And then his wife died in South
Oh, wow.
Africa, where they managed to dock, I believe, or allow her to hop off the ship, get medical attention, and she died. And then I believe a third person died who was a staff member. But anyway, here is his experience. Here is what he has to say.
I normally wouldn't make a video like this, but I feel like I need to say something, so I wrote a few things down. I am currently on board the MV Hondias. And what's happening right now is very real for all of us here.
Did bro think I was gonna give a fuck? Like, okay, like, nigga, like, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with the sicker, bro? Like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, bro, from what I'm hearing, you saw 3 niggas die, right? Or not that you saw 2 people die. You know 2 people on the ship that you're on died slow and excruciating, right? Why the fuck would you want to like infect other healthy people with that shit, bro? In case we have another pandemic, my Twitch is TheBuffShaman. I also do YouTube as well. Yeah. React to my videos, follow me, subscribe, all that, bro. Cause from what I'm hearing, bro, I feel like they let niggas out, bro. They already let some of these sick niggas out, and they infected other people, bro. I feel like this shit finna spread, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, just in case it's another pandemic, I'm trying to run up a crazy bike, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm trying to run up a crazy bike.
We're not just a story.
This is crazy.
We're not just headlines. We're people.
Guys, read between the lines. He's making this just in case he dies, because apparently they were saying the ship was going to stay out there in the, I guess, in the ocean and sea waters for a month. I don't think that's happening, right? I think they're slowly letting people off the ship, taking extreme precautions. But of course, since this thing has like a 40 to 50% survival rate, you know, I guess this is kind of like his last will.
People with families, with lives, with people waiting for us at home. There's a lot of uncertainty, and that's the hardest part.
Jesus.
All we want right now is to feel safe, to have clarity, and to get home. So if you're seeing coverage about this, just remember that there are real people behind it, and that this isn't something happening somewhere far away.
Right.
It's happening to us right now. I'll share more when I can, but for now, I just ask for your kindness and understanding.
So guys, a lot of countries were aware of this, and they just did not want these people to dock. They're also saying that—
Bro, why the fuck would you let them dock is correct? So what, they can wipe out the country? Is that what you want, nigga? Do you want them to wipe out the country? Is what I'm asking. Like, no, bro, fuck them niggas. Like, the fuck? Let them stay around that shit. They was good right there. But if they needed supplies, all they had to do was legit, like, fucking have somebody from the main, like, from the mainland, right? Send supplies. That's all they had to do. Just send supplies. Let them niggas stay right there. Don't let them niggas back on the fucking mainland. They fuck them niggas. Fuck them niggas. I mean that. Like, what the fuck? Like, bro, you trying to kill everybody else? Because that's what it sounds like, bro. What the fuck?
this was picked up somewhere in South America, specifically around Argentina, although I think epidemiologists, these people who study the transmissions of viruses, correct me if I'm wrong, are saying they're kind of in debate about what part of Argentina this virus, this hantavirus, possibly spreaded by the pygmy rice mat was picked up on. But yeah, it's from one of these rats, these pygmy mice rats. As you can see, Google says there's small nocturnal rodents in the genus I can't read that, found throughout Central and South America in diverse habitats such as forests, scrublands, and agricultural fields, right? They are solitary, mainly terrestrial feed on seeds and insects and can be agricultural pests, right? All right, so rats, mice. And you know, people are now saying things like, I looked into that cruise ship outbreak and bro, I will be watching how that'll be handled like a hawk, because one slip up and it's another pandemic for all of us. I don't think that'll happen. Although, you know, we always think it won't happen to us until it does. Other people are saying all eyes on this hantavirus outbreak. It's not looking good. One person, Greg, said, so should I start buying toilet paper, you know, in reference to the COVID coronavirus era? They also say just in Switzerland detects hantavirus in MV Hondius passenger hospitalized in Zurich after onboard outbreak alert. So I'm not sure if this was like a random person from a previous expedition and or a person who was let off that specific ship. Here, as you can see, is the MV Hondius. It basically, by the way,
bro, like I said before, why are you letting niggas off the ship? Nigga, I don't give a fuck if you want to see your family, bitch. Fuck you. Like, bro, like, people really gotta understand, like, bro, the virus is real as fuck, right? People can really die. And it was contained right on the ship. There was no fucking way anybody else would have got infected if they didn't come off the ship. Now somebody came off the ship, in fact, somebody from the mainland. So now it's over. It's fucking over now. My fucking god, bro. Like, bro, should have kept the niggas on the ship, bro.
This company, I believe they have a history of expeditions, scientific research, and now they're in the business of selling tickets to just regular people who want to go on polar expeditions around South America and into Antarctica. And of course, in the comment section, people say give it a month and this hantavirus would have spread across the globe, an active outbreak alert, and they still let passengers off the ship. Those people are on connecting flights right now. Of course, people, I don't know about the validity of them being on connecting flights. I doubt they would allow that to happen if we assume, you know, this isn't calculated. Listen, I'm not getting into any conspiracies here. I'm just saying, based off of I think the transmission rate, I think they call it the R0 of contagion. They're saying it's below 2, so the contagion rate is not that high, and the lethality of it, they're saying is pretty high. But it's just crazy how allegedly, supposedly, one little rodent can cause so much damage. Like, good God.
I'm pretty sure viruses can mutate, right? Can they not evolve? Like, can they, bro, all it takes is one person to fucking, like, full on just, achoo, and let that shit fucking spread, and it's over, bro. It's airborne. You have to remember that, too. So somebody cough or sneeze, or they spit on the side of the road, and the wind picked that up, put in somebody's fucking nostrils, it's over, bro. Next thing you know, you wondering, how the fuck did I catch this shit? But bro, like, all they had to do was just keep niggas on the ship, bro. That's all they had to fucking do. Jesus Christ.
New York Post here says cruise ship infected with terrifying hantavirus strain that has 40% mortality rate, which is great. 40% is crazy. I understand why nobody wants to take the risk. World Health Organization believes here's what happens next. Again, it's not, Jesus, it's not looking too good. 40% mortality is crazy. And just for reference, the mortality rate, or IFR, for COVID is like 0.05%, which is 0.5%, which is 1 in 2,000 people, just for reference. And this virus is what, like 40 times that? Anyway, New York Post says health officials believe a rare strain of hantavirus that spreads from person to person and has a 40% mortality rate is responsible for the outbreak on the MV Hondius cruise ship that has killed 3 passengers and sickened 7 others. And this is the ship right here. They say, though hantavirus is typically only spread through rodent droppings, this particular strain is an alarming exception because this is a first, I think, of its case historically, and it's one that can't be ruled out. I was doing a little digging last night. They say this is the first time something like this in this specific way has happened. So that we're in uncharted territory here. And I believe this is a closer shot of the ship right here.
Bro, see, look, this is what I was saying before, right? Okay, you see how these niggas right here, right? You see how these niggas right here on the ship, right? If you don't try to throw some fucking supplies on them niggas ship, if you want to toss that bitch over, if you want to have a drone with the little fucking like claws that can latch on the shit, if you want to let that fly over and give them supplies, because what the fuck are we talking about? Like, now it went to the mainland, so now people are getting sick now. Yeah, it might be like a lower chance of fucking like spreading now. It has a 40% mortality rate right now. Right now. Imagine it evolves and it gets to be something else. Then what? Oh, well, you know, we didn't know. We didn't expect that. Of course, I didn't fucking expect it. Fucking, oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking idiots, bro. Jesus Christ.
An official said, "We do believe that there may be some human-to-human transmission that is happening among the really close contacts." They also say the exceptional strain, the Andes virus, or Andes virus,
Jesus.
is only found in the mountains of Argentina and Chile. The MV Hondius started its weeks-long voyage in Argentina on March 20th, but not in an area where that strain is usually found. Understand the language here. Usually found. They say the Andes hantavirus strain carries a mortality rate of nearly 40%, meaning a worst case scenario could spiral quickly in a confined environment such as the 80-cabin, 353-foot ship with roughly 150 people on board, so it's double what I thought initially. The terrifying strain seemed even more likely after the World Health Organization said no rodents were found on board the vessel. That's crazy. That, holy shit. See, that type of stuff when I hear scares me, because you find no rodents on board. Were there any droppings? But, you know, where did this come from? Surely they had to have found something. They can't just find people sick with no evidence of them being sick from something on board, unless this came from mainland and then spread it from human contact.
I think it came from mainland
contact. Here we have some screenshots of the place on board. Yeah, clearly.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. If I was on that ship, I would sit right where I'm at. Make sure the AC stays on. Make sure, like, we got Wi-Fi. Make sure we chilling, bro. If I die, I fucking die. Like, you know what I mean? That's how I see it. Like, legit. Like, you know, my thing is this, right? If I was infected with the virus, I wouldn't want to go nowhere. Why would you leave this nice-ass fucking ship to go to fucking mainland to go infect people? Possibly. Like, you can't be serious.
People are scared. They're in their cabins. Yeah. Here's some footage I just found on TikTok from a news publication.
Of the cruise ship currently hit by a hantavirus outbreak looks like. This footage was taken by a passenger on board the MV Hondius in December 2025. About 150 people are currently stuck on the ship, which left Argentina in April for Cape Verde, and a number of passengers have been infected by the rodent-spread virus.
Okay, so to clarify, this was filmed in December of 2025. So this is just a video inside someone has filmed, just to show what the inside of the ship looks like.
A Dutch couple and a German national have died, and a UK national was evacuated from the ship.
I thought like that was how far back it was, right? Bad.
And is in intensive care in South Africa. 3 other passengers with suspected hantavirus are now en route to the Netherlands. A man in Switzerland who was traveling on the MV Hondius but left his trip from South America at the end of April is also in hospital with the virus.
So my suspicions,
bro, 2 different fucking bro.
Were right. This guy actually was on the same expedition, the same ship, but he left earlier in the trip. Okay, so apparently where they left the trip, they left from St. Helena, which is a remote volcanic island in the South Atlantic Ocean. And just for reference, St. Helena is right here. Pretty remote, not gonna lie, but you can see it's between South America and off the coast of Africa, right? And this is a polar expedition, right? This is typically the route needed to reach Antarctica, of course, which is like at the bottom of the earth, South Pole, right? And they're saying the hantavirus may have been picked up somewhere around this area, Argentina. I mean, listen, man, I hope this really doesn't turn into something major, you know, because we don't need another multinational lockdown, global lockdown, although I don't think it'll get that far. But if it does in some way, shape, or form, right, and people get scared, guys, just stock up. You know, I'm not here to fear monger. I'm not here to cause any panic, because I don't want to do that for anybody. But, you know, better safe than sorry, I guess. You know.
So in hospital with the virus. Robert Viguero, who took this footage during a trip in December, said he had no issues with cleanliness on board, adding the cabins and bathrooms were clean daily, and the common areas were also very clean.
So clearly this is not the issue of the ship.
No.
Clearly this is an anomaly. Listen, biology, epidemiology, viruses, Mother Nature self-corrects all the time. It's just, this world is full of very random genetic events that happen all the time. Mutations occur all the time. It just goes unseen until a human comes in contact with it, and it's compatible with our DNA, and you know the rest. Someone said in the comment section, though, being broke saved me again. And another person said, said, stay safe, don't dock, and be healthy. By the way, these were from 4 or 5 hours ago. So this is just a continuing, developing, you know, story that a lot of people are now becoming aware of. And guys, here's this video I want to show you.
Things are moving fast for the passengers aboard
this
the MV Hondius. For those people who are sick with hantavirus and those who are desperately hoping that they are not, the World Health Organization just told me that the 3 sick but living passengers will be airlifted off the ship by helicopter by the end of day today. They're believed to have hantavirus, and this is the same virus that killed 3 other people on that boat in the past days. But first, we need to understand what kind of ship that they were on, that they are on. The Hondius isn't your average cruise liner. This is a polar expedition vessel and operated by Oceanwide Expeditions. It's purpose-built to take really hardcore wildlife enthusiasts to the most remote corners of the planet.
Exactly.
Antarctica.
And as I said before, each ticket for this expedition, $10,000 to $15,000, not normal. The average person can't spend a third of their yearly salary on a ticket. Clearly, this is skewed towards the wealthy or the retired.
Up to St. Helena, one of the most isolated islands on this planet. You can think of whales, dolphins, penguins, seabirds, up close and personal and in the wild. Ann Lindstrom, the WHO representative in Cape Verde, told me this may be where it all started. She says her educated guess is that passengers were exposed to the virus off of the ship in those remote landings, in those wild environments where rodents carrying hantavirus live undisturbed until people disturb them. Then back on board the Hondius, the first symptoms started appearing in early April, fever, gastrointestinal issues, that then turned into pneumonia and respiratory failure. 3 people are now dead, and now the 3 being airlifted will be flown to the Netherlands. 1 is Dutch, and the ship itself will then sail to the Canary Islands, which Lindstrom told me has experience handling hantavirus cases. Now, as for those 140-ish passengers and the crew who are still on board, Lindstrom also told me that they could be stuck for up to 8 weeks on board, because that is the full incubation window for hantavirus.
So I thought that was just a rumor. 8 weeks. What is that?
That's like 2 months.
2 months? Holy shit. I heard initially a month. Now this guy from ABC is saying
2 months.
He spoke to the World Health Organization, an expert. Told him that 8 weeks, that's awfully long. I guess they're going to transport supplies and water and food to the ship while it remains just, I guess, floating in the ocean.
That's basically 8 weeks of just not knowing what's going to happen. We've already seen the video from that one travel blogger who was teary and stressed out. You can really feel it. But before the internet here tells you this is why they would never cruise, Lindstrom was clear to me. No rodents have been found on the Hondius. She says the ship has traps and that hantavirus is not COVID. It doesn't spread person to person in the way that COVID does. And then I asked her directly, is this a pandemic level threat? And she said, it's not.
It's not. Okay. Well, guys, what do you think? Crazy story here. I don't know what to think. I don't want to exaggerate and blow something up that it's not, or make things bigger than it appears to be. But of course, always take precautions. Knowing that some guy who didn't know he was infected was on a plane and actually was on board with other people moving through airports. And we know how virus spread. We know how viruses spread. Just be careful. Be sort of wary if you're in these regions. And take care of your health. This is a developing story.
I show Maury the video. That's a good video. Me personally, I think okay, in all seriousness, I think just stay on the ship, bro. Do the 2 months of fucking incubating or whatever the fuck, and just chill, bro. They already have it where it's it already got spread to other places and this and that and all that. Just stay there to make sure nobody gets infected. I feel as if that's the least you can do, personally. But anyway, that's it. I'm gonna catch y'all later, man. Peace.
I'm